All right.
Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I'm so excited to have on a 38-year-old from North York, Ontario, Canada, a ninth rounder to the Pittsburgh Penguins, ran a muck at Cornell with the Big Red, where he became a captain, a first and second team All-Star, and an All-American, and a two-time ECAC champion. There is real worry, though, folks, that he may make the shed legitimate because he broke into the show with the LA Kings organization, but became a star with the New York Islanders, scored 30-plus goals in 3 seasons straight. He somehow is still playing at the same age as me and a captain of the Hershey Bears. And over his illustrious 16-season career so far, he's laced up for 650 show games and well over 400 AHL games, and was in the AHL All-Star game just in 2019, folks. But he is best known for finishing second in the Midwest Junior B scoring race of 2001-2002. Welcome to the shed, Matt Moulson.
Thank you very much. That's a heck of an intro there. I appreciate it.
Well, dude, it was hard to narrow down what to say about you. You've had quite the career, sir.
Well, I think you left out Junior B. I did have mono for a month, so I've
let people on the pod know before you came on that you got mono because you were kissing girls in high school, and that's why you don't have one of these, eh?
Where's the head?
My kid wanted it for a night in his bedroom when I pulled it out of the box like a couple of years ago, and he had it for one night and broke the head off.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, but you know what? I
still got it.
Yeah, still got it. But I remember when you got mono. Loved it. Hey,
yeah, I think I missed 3 games against Brantford. That might have made it a race.
That could have done it. That's 10 points there. But you can't be kissing girls in high school. That's how you get mono. You know, that's.
You
got to be dedicated. You got to be dedicated.
Yeah.
You know. Sorry.
What can you do? What can you do?
Yeah. But that was a heck of a race we had way back when. But that is how we know each other. I think the last time we really spoke was like at the Junior B All-Star game. I think. Because then we played against each other, Cornell, Western Michigan, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think the last time we spoke, we were on this. We probably said hi to each other,
playing against each
other. But I think on that Midwest, the Junior B All-Star team where we played against the other conferences, that was actually pretty fun.
That was when we were like a league All-Star team that played the other 2 leagues, right? That was a good time. Till I broke my thumb the one year. That sucked. In an All-Star game. Yeah. Okay. So those games, though, Cornell, Western Michigan, that was when we were like pretty good. My freshman, sophomore year, we sucked at the end, but those are pretty good battles. You guys had a hell of a squad back then, eh?
Yeah, we had a couple good teams there. Some real good players. Doug Murray.
I got him written down. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I tell everyone Doug Murray was probably the most dominant college hockey player I've ever seen to date, just in terms of physical strength, skill, and
it was absurd.
Overall being good. He was a man amongst boys.
He wasn't just a man. Literally. He was bigger than a man.
He was a Viking.
I remember when he hit Vince Bellissimo freshman year. We were both freshmen, Vinny and I, and he cut across the middle playing you guys at Western Michigan. And that guy got lit up by Doug Murray. It was one of the biggest train wrecks I've ever seen.
Yeah, he did that quite often.
But credit to Vinny, he got right up. And by the way, his team, the Toronto Junior Canadiens, just lost a heartbreaker in Game 7. So shout out to Vinny Bellissimo and the boys. That sucked. That was not goaltender interference. I saw the highlights. Bullshit. But so their team went up with like a few minutes left in Game 7, and the refs, with no video review, they've called it a goal, decide to change their call once they talk to each other. And then in the video later on, you can see there's no goalie interference. They take the goal away. Pickering goes down and scores and wins the championship a couple minutes later.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
sucks for Vinny, but sucked when
Yeah.
Doug Murray blew him up that day too. But he got up.
Yeah,
Uh,
I actually played with his brother when I was younger. Daniel, he's my goalie.
really? Small world, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what else do I got? The other ways we would have known each other. I'm pretty sure. Western Michigan, my assistant coach the first year was Scott Garrow. Fellas loved him. Great guy. Did he not leave our school to go to your school?
He did. Yeah, because he was.
Is he not your coach there? Are
Yeah.
you frozen? Oh, it's fighting it.
Am I
No.
frozen?
Oh,
No,
now you're
I'm
there.
good.
You're here now. There you are.
Yeah. Scotty Garrow. Yeah, he was assistant coach when I was there at Cornell.
All the whole time, like the 3 years. What's
No,
left?
yeah, 3 years, 1 2 left.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I always liked him as a coach, or well, for the 1 year. Okay. Next question. Where and what are you doing now?
I'm in Connecticut. I've been here, Greenwich, Connecticut, for the last 10, 11 years. Been living here.
Where, Connecticut?
Greenwich, Connecticut.
Greenwich?
Greenwich.
Greenwich.
Yeah, Greenwich, Connecticut. Yeah, I've been here for a while.
Where's Connecticut? That's a stupid question.
I mean, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's right.
Sorry, I didn't have my career in the U.S. I was elsewhere.
It borders New York, so we're like 40 minutes from New York City.
Sorry, my
No.
U.S. geography gets lost there in that area. I've been out there that much. So how'd you end up there?
My wife was from here. I actually met her when I was in the minors in Manchester.
Okay.
So, yeah, we ended up settling here. Beautiful area.
Well, we haven't had a love story in a while. So how'd you meet her in Manchester?
I met her. She came up for a weekend. Her sister was dating my goalie, Jonathan Quick. And I ended up meeting her. We started talking, and we're both married to the sisters now.
There you go. So you get to see him when you guys get for family events.
Yeah, we have some good fun.
And you got kids, eh?
2 kids, girl and a boy.
How old?
9 and 8.
9 and 8. Oh yeah. So yeah. Right. So which one's the older? The gal?
The girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But isn't it cool that you're still playing hockey, or you are? What are you doing? Are you?
Yeah.
You were with the Hershey Bears. You're the captain.
I was. Yeah. I didn't play since December. I had emergency back surgery at the end of December. Had a massive herniation that was wrapping around my spinal column, and basically I just got rushed to the hospital and couldn't move. Got rushed to the hospital, and they're telling me I had this herniation. I was like, all right, what are my options? They go, well, you could risk paralysis or get surgery. I was like, all right, I guess I'll get surgery. So,
and this happened in a game?
It happened. It was on a Monday, and then by Wednesday I couldn't move. I literally could not get out of bed, and they had someone rush over to the house, get me to the hospital, and did surgery within like 10 hours from getting into the hospital, and that was it. Season over.
Oh, yuck. And you were doing well still. Hey?
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah, I was it took me a while to get going at my age, so I was just starting to feel good at that time.
Well, yeah, it looked like you were almost up to like a point a game at that age. And, you know, when like I talk to dudes in the shed and the guys that keep playing, especially in the minors, you get it shows what type of teammate you are and what people think of you, because realistically in those leagues, it's only guys that are like good leaders that are around anymore at our age. Right?
Yeah, there's not too many assholes, not too many older assholes that still playing. So you definitely get, I mean, when you get older, you realize you're there to help the younger guys. So if you're not helping them, then it's there's no place for you.
Well, good on you. But is it not? I found it. I don't know. I appreciated hockey and the game more when I was playing, when I had children. Your kids are to the age where they could really appreciate it. My kids I was done when they were like 3 and 1, right? So they didn't really get to appreciate much of it. But your kids are at the age where like you're still doing it, and they're like 8, 9.
Well, be careful what you wish for, because I think that at this age now, my son plays a lot of hockey, and I'll come off after a game and he'll be like, "What were you doing out there? You did not play well." so, so I think the times when he watched with just a joy of watching me, maybe when he was really young till now, he
Now
knows when I stink out there. Why? How'd you miss that shot? I don't know. It was bouncing. Geez.
Bit critical of the old man, eh?
Oh yeah, yeah, pretty critical.
Yeah, my son called me fat just the other day. I worked out. I exercised today. I rode the stationary bike. Yeah, just because he made me feel bad. Okay. Anyways, but that's cool though. That I've seen you with the pictures of them on the ice and everything, right? Like I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you healthy now? Where are you at now?
Yeah, I'm feeling good now. I've been in the gym for the past, I don't know, 6 weeks. I think I get full clearance end of June. So still, I think when they had to do the disc thing, they had to drill through some of the vertebrae and then chop off some muscle that needs to reattach. So I'm still kind of waiting for everything to heal up down there.
Are you playing hockey next year?
To be determined. I don't know. We'll see.
You want to if the body's willing?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think I'll think about it here, but we'll see. It might be an end of an era.
Wow. If it is, man, that it's been a hell of a run. The research team saw it all. It's been quite the ride since the Guelph Dominators junior B.
It's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun since those free pizzas in the locker room after wins.
Okay. So then the other thing is, have you been around the Hershey team at all?
Yeah, I was around. I was there the whole playoffs. I think, luckily for me, I had my family living in Connecticut because we wanted to keep the kids in the same school. So my coach, Scotty Allen, he was like, well, why don't you just come back and forth.
How far
be home
is
with
this?
Your family. 3 hours, 3-hour drive. So it was pretty easy. So I was back and forth the whole time. I had since I had surgery. I was there for the whole playoffs and leading up to the playoffs. So it was. And the silver lining, it was nice to spend family time. I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah, no, for sure. You've been a busy boy. A lot of traveling and games in North America. It's a little different in Europe, You played a lot more hockey games. One guy though that signed for Hershey and finished the season there. I don't know if you saw him play at all, but was Western Michigan guy Ethan Frank.
Yeah,
Shed guy, episode 99.5.
I saw that, and he was actually played really well in the first couple games, and then he had 2 injuries. He had one. I think I don't know if he got hit in the head, and then he had a knee issue, PCL, so he was out.
PCL. That's what I had.
It was PCL.
Oh yeah. God.
So he played really well in the first couple games, and we were hoping he would be playing in the playoffs. And he was actually injured for. He couldn't play in the playoffs.
That's
nice kid though. I talked to him a bunch of times. Yeah.
Yeah, he seemed like a great guy when he came to the Shed. That's the only time I've talked to him, but that he was willing to come in the Shed. But I'm sure it's not a fully torn PCL like I had. I'm sure it's just minor. No. He's fine.
Minor.
Yeah.
He's young.
That's right. You bounce back a lot quicker, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. The other thing is when we were trying to set up when we were going to do this, you said any night other than a Leaf game. Guess we don't have to worry about that, eh?
Unfortunately not. No. Yeah.
So you still a Leaf fan from when you were a kid, or is it because you and Tavares were teammates?
No, a diehard Leaf fan since I could watch a hockey game. I think Wendell Clark was. I always wore 17 when I was young for Wendell. I actually ended up playing with his son Cody on Hershey for the past 3 years.
Is his son a hockey player?
With him, but yeah, I played with him for 3 years. He was a second round draft pick.
How am I supposed to know all
Yeah.
this, man? There's too many hockey players, dude. I'm just
I
trying to
don't know.
keep up. But well, small world is I got to play hockey with Wendell Clark here in Kincardine. He came for like a
There
promo
you go.
game, and they
Yeah.
asked me to play on the other team. And you know what? I wasn't giving him an inch out there. But yeah, I was a huge Leaf fan too growing up. And then it kind of hurts though when you're done at Western Michigan and they take you there to do fitness tests and like interviews and they say they're going to sign you and then they don't sign you. Like that can really hurt the old heart, you know, for a good decade or so. But I am still a fan. Who am I kidding, right?
Different regime. That doesn't count.
Why, right. Those people are gone. You know what, though? The people that were thinking of signing me were some of the worst GMs going. So it's like, maybe I am the problem. If they were thinking of signing me, maybe they really did have issues, right?
Exactly.
All right. Okay. Where else are we going here? Poster picks. That's what I want to get into now. Okay. 2019, you're an AHL All-Star. So you're what, like 36 years old?
36. Yeah.
Playing against all the young punks, and you're an All-Star. Who is the
know about it?
No, who is the goalie in the picture with you then?
Oh, Vitek Vanacek, goalie for the Capitals now. He was my goalie in Hershey. So he won. Our team ended up winning. So I was the captain. So I got the winning trophy for our team, and he was the MVP. So we had the MVP trophy.
Wow, that was a cool picture, and that you're still that good at this age is incredible. Because like my body gave up at 32.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun actually. Well, the guys in my team, because it was like a round robin, we lost I think the first game. I was like, guys, we get $500 cash if we win this tournament, and they were like, what? I was like, yeah. And then
all of a sudden the intensity picked up, eh?
We were the only team back checking, block and shot. We were won like 2-1, 3-1. The goalies played unbelievable. We got our $500 each.
And winning's the opposite of losing, right?
I spent 10 grand flying my entire family out there first class, but then
I
got $500.
$500
for winning it.
Okay, next picture, League of Their Own, the Halloween party photo. So was that your wife that was dressed as the coach, as the guy?
My wife was the coach, and then that's myself, Cody Clark, and Riley Sutter as the
gals,
the League of Their Own girls there. I think I was all the way May.
Oh, good movie.
Great movie.
But Halloween parties are fun, eh?
I love them. I love to dress up. That was originally I was going to be Tom Hanks, the coach. My wife was going to be a League of Their Own. And I was like, it'd be way more fun if you're the coach and I'm League of Their Own, and I'm like a player. So then we switched it up.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing about the Halloween parties for hockey season, it's like right at the start of the year where like the teams got a bond and they got to come together, but it's not like near playoffs or like anything too important, right? So you got to do a Halloween party, right?
Oh, you got to blow it out every Halloween.
You do. You got to bring a team together. Okay. 1,000 games played night. Saw that picture too. So that was with the Hershey Bears.
Yeah, it was again in Springfield. We played in there. Yeah,
it was a road game, but then
road game.
So they made T-shirts and everything for you though.
My wife actually did that. It was a surprise. I had no clue she did it, and then everyone was wearing them before the game. So it was really cool.
Yeah,
well, we got to win that, night, so that was good.
Perfect. Okay, and then the other thing, like for your son, I know he's a bit critical, but like you sent the picture of him with like you and Jack Eichel, right? So with him and all his buddies at school, he's got to be like, well, I'm buddies with Jack Eichel, right?
I don't know. I to be honest with you, I don't know really what he says. I think he just he doesn't. I don't. Well, Jack lived with us for a year.
Oh, he lived with you.
He lived with me. He lived with us his rookie year, and then we'll go visit him, go on vacation with him here and there. So I don't really think that I don't think the kids really see him as a superstar. They just
as a normal
See
dude.
him as Jack. He's just Jack. So I don't think they really say anything. I mean,
Right.
that's
That he's just Jack.
Yeah, he's just Jack.
Okay. What else do I got then? And then the other couple it looks like you're close with due to the pictures you sent me for your poster is Okposo and his wife.
Yeah, he's one of my best friends. Him and his wife are godparents to my son. We're godparents to his daughter. So we spend a lot of time together, our families.
Where's he
Except
live then? Is he around you? Do you see each other?
No,
weird?
he's in Buffalo, and then they're originally from Minnesota, but yeah, he kind of went back and forth between Minnesota and Buffalo. So we always go to each other's places. He's got 4 kids though, so his house can get a little
Chaotic.
very chaotic.
Okay. Moving on from the pictures then. Growing up, are you from North York or is that where you're born?
Born in North York, lived there for a couple years, then Mississauga most of my life.
Okay, so do you know who Jason Fricaro is? Do you remember that name?
I played with him for 5 years. Arguably the best hockey player from 9 years old till 15.
It was
in Canada.
It was insane. Okay, we were 83s. You were at those tournaments too.
Yeah.
I was going as the
KW
Armadillos. Oh God, I was going as we were the Armadillos with like Weidman and some of the fellas. We were the best guys from like the KW area, right? Where you were the Dominators.
We were the North York,
the North York Canadians. That guy ran amok. My God.
I tell people this: he was the best player from 9 to 14 years old in Canada. No, hands down.
Oh, it wasn't even close.
I think he was done. He was out of hockey at 17.
Was he? I always wondered what happened there. One memory I have, because I looked up to him and he was my age, and then because of the way he played hockey, he was like an Eric Lindros that he could score, he could hit, he could do everything. And
that's a great comparable. But then he just stopped growing though, so I think he was kind of
right, and that happens to guys at that age. But he was bigger, probably had pubic hair before me. Yeah. But I remember when he showed up at the rink the one day, and he was the guy, and he showed up in a wife beater, a big gold chain, and he was smoking a dart,
slick blonde hair. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
slick blonde hair,
smoking a dart, and he was playing like minor and major band in AAA and running amok in both age groups. He shows up like that.
Oh yeah, he played both. Oh yeah, I think he played. Yeah, he played up all the time. He was a great guy. But I honestly do remember when we were younger. I hit puberty pretty late, and he would come in. We were like 13 years old. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, I just stayed at some girl's house last night." I was like, "What? What'd you do?"
Pardon me.
I was asleep at 8. I was asleep at 8:30.
Yeah, he looked like he grew up fast when I saw him get out of that car that day. It just always stuck with me because I was like, this guy is so much better than everybody. And you're playing with the best guys our age group at those AAA tournaments, and those summer tournaments were the best kids. And that guy was a head and shoulders above. I remember the dads on our team would go watch your team's games just to watch him play. And so did I.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay. So you do know who he is. Okay. So how do you get from the Toronto area to the Guelph Dominators?
Quite frankly, I just got cut from every single junior team in the Toronto area, and my best friend from childhood, Ryan Delmonte, played on Guelph the year prior. So he's like, "Oh, you should go play there." So we ended up, me and my good friend Wes Clark, we ended up going to try out for Guelph, made the team. We played in Guelph.
Really? So you just went there, tried out, made the team, and they didn't recruit you or nothing. They were trying to get you.
We didn't have anyone to play for. You know what the funniest thing is? We went to we got cut from the North.
So you didn't think you were probably going to make the NHL and do what you've done then if you're getting cut from all the junior teams.
I got cut from a lot of teams in my life, but I wanted to. I wanted to go to college, so I was like just trying to get a scholarship somewhere. Yeah. So the funny thing is that year we got cut from the North York Rangers, who ended up going on to win like 2 games that entire year. So thank God they cut us because we ended up playing for Guelph and things worked out.
Right. Because if you play for a team that wins 2 games in junior, nobody's coming to watch you. It's going to be tough to score goals.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's all things happen for a reason then, eh? But the Dominators, I
Oh,
knew a
yeah.
couple guys. Your first year, Chris Blight's been in the shed before. Blighter.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
He was an
Ian
excellent player.
McNally
He
and
was a
Jim
good player.
Mazurka. They played AAA
Oh, yeah.
Bantam with me.
No, they those two guys are probably my two best friends. Other than my good childhood friend Wes Clark, those two are my two best friends. We spent a lot of time together.
Well, Ian McNally, his old man was my coach growing up AAA in Guelph, Marty McNally.
Okay. Yeah, Marty. Yep.
Oh yeah. Small world, when you get chatting around. Your goalie was Jason Blinkhorn, also a great
Jason
dude.
Blink. Oh yeah. Had some good times with Blinky.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Fergus. Yeah, Fergus. They own the gas station there,
The
right?
gas station. Can't lose money owning a gas station.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember going over there for a couple sleepovers as a young buck.
Oh yeah. I slept over. I remember sleeping over there one night before Elmira Sugar Kings game.
Oh, we probably dominated you then.
We stayed up a little late.
Yeah, junior B, that could happen back then, So getting recruited to Cornell, did it happen your first year at Guelph or your second year? Because you played there 2 years, eh?
I did. So after my first year with Guelph, I actually went and tried out for Sioux City in the USHL, and they axed me. Got cut from there, and then I went to
what do you think it was? Why weren't you making the team?
Well, I think then it was. I was never a great skater, and they were only allowed 2 imports, I think. So they had like 20-year-old imports. I was 17 or 18, so they had 2 20-year-old imports. I'm not a flashy guy in tryouts. I'm not going to blow anyone's socks off. So, got cut from there, and then went to try out in Vernon in the BCHL. Got cut from there. When I got cut from Vernon, I came back, and the St. Louis Sting in NHL, this guy, the coach, gave me a call. He's like, come play in this tournament. I was like, okay, it was whatever. I go play in this like showcase tournament. Scored 2 goals in the first period, ended up breaking my skate, missed the whole second period, then play the third period. But the guy's like, come on, guys, we need to pick it up tomorrow. We end up losing that game 3-2 or something. They come off after the game. We're already 0-2 in the season. I'm like, this is a season game? They're like, yeah. I'm like, I don't got a release from Guelph. I can't play in a season game. It's like, no, you're fine. You're fine. I was like, all right. So then the next day, the next day after that, I come in for the game. I think we're playing like CompuWare or something. Coach comes in, he goes, yeah, CompuWare coach complained you can't play, you don't have a release. I'm like, yeah, no kidding. I knew I couldn't play. So I played 1 game there. But anyways, the assistant coach for Cornell, Brent Brecky, saw me there and talked to me. And that's kind of how
Brent Brecky was his name?
Yeah, Brent Brecky. He played at Western Michigan.
I was going to say, that sounds like a Bronco.
Yeah, he played at Western Michigan.
So he saw you not in Guelph. He saw you playing for a team you weren't even supposed to be playing for.
Yeah, and then he came to Guelph afterwards. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So then you end up back in Guelph because you didn't have your release.
I got cut from every other team I tried out for. So I was like, all right, I'm just going back to Guelph.
So it's the same as the first year. After you scored 30 plus goals the first year in junior B, nobody wanted you still, eh?
No, exactly.
Tough times, eh? Okay. So then you get the scholarship the second year. Like, how far into it then? Because let's be honest, we were running amok, and you know what? It's always stuck with me when I've seen your career and where all you went was we were playing junior B and we're in our scoring race. I think it's like we're 3/4 of the way through this thing. And you scored like 5 points against our team, the one game in Guelph. And I remember hearing my coach, John East, who's a good hockey guy. He's been on the pod, and he said, he goes, that guy is going to be a really good pro. I was like, what does that mean? A really good pro? And then I figured it out. Yeah. So smart guy.
Yes,
but
yeah, no, I think I committed probably like, that's the funny thing. I got cut from all these teams, got cut from Sioux City, Vernon.
but then you get the scholarship. It's
I probably eight games into the season. So it's like these coaches that, I mean, they didn't think I was good enough to play for them, and I committed to Cornell 8 games in.
Out of Guelph. So, that's crazy.
Out of Guelph. Yeah.
Sometimes what coaches see in a tryout is very bizarre. I've seen it too. Yeah, wild. Yeah. Okay. Well, you do go then. So that junior B, whatever. We can move on, right? Elmira, we dominated.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. Mono, tough times. Eh? What happens with mono? How did you even know you're sick? You just didn't feel good? Because you didn't want to miss games. I know it would have killed you.
No. Yeah. The Brantford games killed. I averaged 5 points a game against Brantford. Those ones really killed me. Hey, you know what I do have from that year though is the MVP trophy though.
Oh,
I did get that one.
Oh, you know what happened there, eh?
You got ripped off.
And my team didn't nominate me. They nominated the goalie. I wasn't allowed to win it. So they gave it to the second and third leading scorers won MVP. And I was not nominated, so I was not eligible to win.
That was the most bizarre thing I ever heard in my life. But yeah, no, I had mono and like tonsillitis at the same time. I actually lost 20 pounds when I was 18 years old, 20 pounds.
So I think I know what it is now. And it is endurance. See, so I can handle it. I can do it. But you have a couple too many late nights at the Blinkhorns and you get sick. Your immune system breaks down. Sorry.
I think we had a couple guys on our team get it. I think I got it from that. I didn't kiss any girls. I'm kidding me. My dad I was strictly hockey.
No, I was just kidding. I don't know how you get mono. Yeah, I was just, did you just feel, I thought you felt tired is what mono was, but.
Oh yeah, I lost 20 pounds. Couldn't swallow for like 4 days.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Wow. Sorry. Okay, so then after that though, so how it was Cornell the whole way? There's no other schools in the mix.
No one else wanted me, to be honest with you.
Cornell's a good school. They're a powerhouse then, right?
I never heard of them in my life before they talked.
I never had heard of anybody, right? Like, because
me neither.
It wasn't like it is now, where everybody knows about these teams and everything. Like I didn't know anything until we started getting pamphlets in the mail, right?
Exactly. I knew Michigan, Princeton, Harvard. I mean, some of the big schools, Ohio State, Minnesota. Like, Cornell, I had no clue what it was. My dad had to tell me, he's like, it's an Ivy League school. I was like, no, I didn't know. And I personally called Miami, Ohio. They wanted nothing to do with me. This is during my second year, called St. Lawrence, Clarkson. They're like, no. And then Cornell was just.
You're calling who? The coach? The assistant coach?
The coach. Like, email him, call him. Like, no. I was like, all right.
You're doing that on your own, eh?
Yeah, the Cornell was the only. I mean, they approached me. They were the only team that wanted me. So
yeah,
it was easy decision.
Well, it is an easy decision though. When we went there for that weekend, that's a hell of a barn they play in. The old wood and everything, right?
Oh yeah, one of the best.
Yeah, loud. Yeah, it is an awesome barn. So old loud. School, right? So and like,
yeah,
it's an old
really,
barn.
Really loud, low ceiling, so traps all the noise. It's an incredible place to play.
So what are you taking in an Ivy League school? What course are you into?
I was economics.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, economics, finance, and basically like the undergrad business, but it's the undergrad business program.
Okay. Well, next questions. I guess I don't want to talk about them. The Abbott twins went there, eh? Little punks. Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. I roomed with them my first year. They were great. They were great guys.
I'm sure they were. Yeah, because they won the Southern Cup against Elmira that year before we all went to university, right? And then
believe me, I heard about it a million times.
I'm sure they were raving about their.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. They didn't stop. I think they had their little dinky rings they used to wear every day. I think.
I wouldn't have shut up about it too if I would have won that game, but I didn't. And it's weird because like the year before we won it all, and we're still like having group chats and reunions. And that year after that lost that game 7 game, there ain't no reunions. You know?
Yeah.
Which sucks for Vince Bellissimo's team that just lost that game 7 because the refs made a brutal call. That sucks for those kids because I hope they have reunions and act like they won, but I don't think they will. And that sucks.
I don't think that'll be the case.
No, but you guys were awesome in Cornell. I remember playing you guys. You had, like we talked about Murray, but that little bugger, Vesey.
Yeah, Ryan Vesey. Yeah.
Vesey, that guy could play hockey, eh?
Oh yeah, he was a really good player. He went on, had a good pro career. Very intelligent guy too. Outside of the game, a lot of business ideas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, he was quite the little water bug out there, and he was a gamer for how little he was. Yeah. He played NHL games, and he was tiny, right?
Yeah, he's probably 5'7", 5'8". Yeah, he was my son.
He was littler than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm 5'8" on a good day. Yeah. Anyways, one other thing that happened and when you played for Cornell was you guys came to Western Michigan, which was the same day the Elmira Hurricanes came to watch us play you guys. The only reason I remember that was because Lenevue was your goalie, right?
Yeah, David Lenevue. Yep.
Yeah, I went top cheese on him that night for the Hurricanes, for the boys, you know. But I think you guys won 2-1. Yeah. But he was a hell of a goalie, eh?
Yeah, he was good. I mean, we had him, and then we had David McKee after him. They were both unbelievable goalies. They're both Hobie Baker nominees. So they were, yeah.
Is that the goaltending or is it the coaching, like the D structure? Like, were you guys just good defensively, or were the goalies that good?
I mean, I think a little bit of both. I think we were a great defensive team. I think 2 out of my 4 years, we set the goals against record 2 out of 4 years at Cornell. So
well, that's like that one goal I scored on Lenevue was so important to me because the boys were there watching and like you guys never got scored on, and then if you got near your net, that Murray would just kill people. Right?
Yeah. Oh
yeah, you guys were big, you were good, you were tough, and then you had Vesey and you. Yeah, tough times. Anyways, moving on. Kelly Hughes was on that team. Do you know who that is? He played 3 games. He's now the owner of the Cardiff Devils.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was I think he was there my freshman year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was an awesome guy. Really nice guy. He was always great to me.
Well, he is now one of the owners of the Cardiff Devils, which is one of the Shed's favorite teams. Did you know that?
There you go. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so are the Islanders, by the way, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got drafted to Pittsburgh. When does that happen? That's freshman year?
Yeah. After freshman year.
After freshman year, you get drafted to Pittsburgh. So there's a rumor, and I'm not sure if it's true. Research team thinks it's a rumor, but you were drafted 9th round by Pittsburgh and you ran a muck in college. Is it not true when it came time to sign with them, they had hardly seen you play?
They didn't even ask me to sign with them, so I don't know. They switched GMs.
So the guys that picked you and drafted you aren't there, and then
so Ray Shiro came in and he was basically like, he's like, you can come to camp without a contract. I was like, well, I was just a second team All-American. I think I probably should get a contract.
Yeah.
So I ended up signing. Thankfully, the lockout in what was it?
Yeah. So
05,
after our
04,
junior
05.
year, you're second All-American. You have good numbers. I also had a pretty solid season that year. And my agent was talking about maybe me going places, and you couldn't, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then so they never even offered me a contract. So I ended up luckily after that lockout, they changed the rules where you're a free agent August 15th. So I was a free agent after my senior year. But
Okay. So
I didn't talk to them one time after I got drafted. Not once.
I think it was a bunch of us just shooting the shit. Like, how the hell doesn't Moulson sign with Pittsburgh? Like, they drafted him. Like, how?
I never talked to him. Never talked to him one time in 4 years, 3.5 years.
Right. So they draft you, and nobody talks to you.
I think one time they sent me a like cassette workout video, and I was like, okay, it was like the worst thing ever.
And that's the way hockey used to be, though. I remember when guys were drafted to NHL teams, and like they might come watch them 2-3 times a year, right?
I don't think I never talked to them, so who knows? They may have never seen me play.
So, and you're running amok, and Cornell is running amok. You guys are dominating. You guys are good, right? You win twice. You win the ECAC.
ECAC twice, yeah.
Who are you beating in those games?
We beat Harvard both times, and they beat us one time in the finals.
Is it easy to win in that league because all the guys are so smart, so they can't be that good at hockey, or what?
It's actually the opposite. It's the most tight hockey.
Because smart people are not good at hockey. Yeah.
They're smart at playing to their advantages. So it's
the tactics.
Exactly. tightest checking conference in the entire country.
That doesn't sound that fun.
It wasn't.
Okay. So you guys win it though. Do you guys get to like floor the nights you win it, or I guess you just got to go to the tournament and everything then after?
Yeah, like any championship, you have fun.
Right.
Like as you
but it's college, it's a little different, right? Like if coaches are around and stuff.
Yeah, I would say after we won those, because we always had in Albany, and I think their bars were open till like 4 a.m. So we always had a good time.
Okay, well, that's nice to hear.
I remember drinking. I think when we went my junior year, I drank out of I think it's the Cleary Cup. I don't know, whatever you win for the championship, the ECAC. I drank out of it with my professors, so it's pretty fun.
Really, that is fun. I'm glad that you guys won lots in college. We didn't do that at Western Michigan. It started out pretty good, but by the end, what a mess. Yeah, no, you guys looked like you had a squad. So that coach was pretty good, though. Wasn't it Schaefer? He used to be a Western Michigan guy, right?
He's good. He coached at Western Michigan. I think he was an assistant coach at Western Michigan. I'm not sure. I don't think he was head coach, but assistant coach. Yeah, he was pretty strict. Very strict.
Right. So were we at Western Michigan. Yeah. They tried to contain us. Okay. So anyways, so you signed with LA though. So how does that go down? Like you have an agent this whole time with our family advisor, I guess, when you're a ninth rounder?
Yeah, advisor. I was with Mike Gillis, and I was actually driving down to Cornell to skate with those. I had no team yet, so I was driving down to Cornell to skate and like work out. And I got a call on my way down there. They're like, "Oh, LA wants to sign you," and he didn't even tell me for how much. I was like, "Sign it, just sign it." He's like, "Well, don't you want to know how much?" I was like, "Honestly, I don't care. Just sign the deal." And I signed with them and went to rookie camp the next week. I think I signed September 1st and played in the rookie tournament September 7th or 8th.
So it was right at the end of summer.
Yeah, so I basically drove down to Cornell, skated for 2 days, drove back to LA.
Right. And so how many years is it? Is it 3 year?
It's 2-year deal because I was 22 years old. So it's 2-year deal.
Well, I tell you, so I think in hockey, when you're leaving junior college, wherever, I think your rookie year of professional is your biggest year, right? Mm-hmm. Your first camp, well, at least I had never been to a camp, right? I had never even been around it, but like if you were drafted by Pittsburgh, would you have been going to like rookie camps and shit the
No,
other
I-
summers? You never
No,
talked to them.
I never talked to him. Never been to a camp in my life. I remember asking my agent, I'm like, am I gonna go to like a camp or something? Like, no, they didn't say anything. I was like, all right. So I never
Wow.
went to any camp.
Columbus guaranteed me a one-way A deal to go to them after my senior year. And then they didn't want me so bad. They didn't invite me to the rookie camp. I went straight to main camp and they cut me after 2 days. So, yeah.
Sounds about right for the pro sports world.
Tough when they don't want you. Anyways, you sign with LA though, and you're ready to rock. You have the confidence and you show up and like, so what's the first NHL camp like? The first real one, not the rookie one. I don't care about that one.
It was, I'm trying to remember. It was good. I think I scored the first. I played one exhibition game in Anaheim. I was playing with Derek Armstrong, and this guy is like one of the best veterans to play with, and he was just talking to me. He's like, "Oh, we're playing together, kid," and he was just talking me up the whole time. I ended up scoring in that game. I think I played like 1 or 2 more games, and then like LA had never really seen me play either, so I played a couple games, and then they kind of sent me down to Manchester, and I ended up getting off to a pretty good start there.
Yeah, pretty good, I'd say. Your rookie year, you had 57 points and 25 goals in the AHL. I had 0 points in like 13 games. So, no, your rookie year, man, you did really well. So, like, does it start like that right from the start of the season, or you have to earn your way up to the ice time?
I actually had, my coach was actually Mark Morris, who coached at Clarkson against me. So he kind of knew me a bit.
Yeah.
He knows he knew who I was, and
he knows what you excel at.
Yeah, we had a line. It was three of us, myself, Gabe Gauthier, and John Zeiler, who played at St. Lawrence. Gabe Gauthier was at Denver. Three college guys.
I know those names.
Yeah, we all played in the same line, and we ended up having a really good year, all 3 of us together.
Those are all college guys, all about rookies.
He definitely, all rookies. He definitely liked college guys. So
right. Because he was a college guy.
Because he was college. Exactly.
And the OHL guys, like look at the Leafs now, right? Like Keith likes the OHL guys, right? Like it is different, right? But anyways, not that he chooses anything, I guess that's not how it works. Yeah. But AHL, I guess you can help guys do well by giving them ice time, right?
Yeah.
But that's a good line, though. I know those guys. Anyways, so the first year goes good. Do you think you're getting close to a call up when you're scoring 25 goals?
I mean, I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't. I think.
Were you you see other guys going up and you're like, fuck, am I getting this call soon?
Yeah, I think I was the only guy in like the top 15 scoring, I think, get called up. And I was like, what the heck's going on? Like, guys were getting 1 game here, 2 games there. So yeah, I hope that I might. I could have used a couple extra dollars in the bank account at the time. And I wanted to play in the NHL very badly, but Dean Lombardi had a special way of doing everything. He wanted to make you earn it. So he definitely had his reasons for everything.
Okay. Well, the AHL playoffs, you guys played 16 playoff games. You guys were pretty good then.
Yeah. Yeah, we lost. We got swept in the conference finals by Hershey. They were good. They ended up actually losing the finals that year.
Okay. I think that's around. I think I'm in Germany already then, right? No, that's by Daytona Beach, Ohio season when I'm in the East Coast finals. Yeah. That's where I'm at. So a couple guys on that team so you were the top scorer on the team though, tied with Noah Clark. Was he the guy from Colorado College?
He was. Yeah. He was. We played a bunch on the line together at the start of the year. He was up for a bunch. I mean,
he's a passer, right?
Yeah, he would have beat me in scoring for sure, but he was one of the guys called up. I didn't get called up, so he was up for some games.
Mm, okay. Um, and the goalie was Barry Brust.
Barry Brust. Yeah.
He played for the Sheffield Steelers this year. I've
Yeah,
never met him,
yeah.
but I saw pictures of him.
No.
He looks like a cool cat. Looks,
Barry Brust.
yeah.
He liked to have fun.
Okay. Anyways, year 2 then. After that rookie year, then you got to be thinking you got to be itching all summer like to get to camp because you think like you're gonna make her out of camp, eh? Did you?
Second year. No, I didn't make it out of camp. I played one game, had a goal and assist in exhibition games, got sent down.
Shoot.
Yeah. But then I think I got called up within like 7 games or something, 8 games. Maybe.
What's weird when I look at the research team gets hot and you look at stuff and you can tell when like coaches really like a guy or organizations really like a guy, like it looks like your AHL coach likes you and you're running amok, but the organization just isn't quite feeling it.
Yeah, I think they did like me. I mean,
but you're not one of their draft picks. The scouts didn't pick you. You're a free agent guy that wasn't signed by a different team.
Yeah, I didn't really have anyone pushing for me. Like I'd get called up, do well, and then like I get called up when someone was injured and then do well and then kind of play on the 4th line after that, not play many minutes and not get points and like, oh, not producing. But you're not playing a lot of minutes. So, but then I'd go down to the AHL and do well.
Right. Because you'd play on the power play and be around the net.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you have to do those things to get the points, right? You play on the 4th line, it's pretty tough.
You can't get points in pro hockey not playing on the power play. It's impossible.
I agree.
Almost impossible.
So I got a question then. I guess everybody plays hockey differently, but when you were in junior B, you were already like an expert around the net, like just like you always were in pro. Like, is it a thing you worked on growing up, or did it just come natural? Maybe the boots weren't as fast as some, so you were by the net and that's where you scored your goals. Cause you like always your positioning, the way you move around the net, Yeah,
I think it was, obviously I couldn't skate like yourself. So I'd have to figure out different ways to get goals.
Like myself. Yeah. Well, I don't know. The speed really lacked by the end there. After the knee injury, I got real slower. And you know what? My game had to change. I had to change the way I played hockey after my knee injury because I couldn't get around the same way. And I had to more know where to be than be able to just get there. Right.
Exactly. So you got to figure out a way to be successful. If you don't, then you're out of the game pretty quickly. So
you got to figure out a way to be successful with the tools you got, right?
Exactly. I always, don't get me wrong, I worked on my skating every single summer since I was 7, 8 years old, just wasn't there. And I'd have to figure out a different way. And that, I think kind of that combined with, I always played box lacrosse and like working in tight and getting hit and trying to score in box lacrosse kind of helped me
around the net and everything. Yeah. Actually, the research team saw that you got drafted to the NLL. Eh?
A lot higher than the NHL, that's for sure.
Yeah. So what age is like, so was that ever even a thought when you're getting cut from all these junior teams?
Yeah, definitely. I think I like lacrosse more than hockey. I'd go back.
Really?
Even when I was at Cornell, I'd go back and play lacrosse in the summertime. My coach, I wouldn't tell him, and I'd go back and play box lacrosse in junior box lacrosse.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a tough sport, eh?
It is.
I didn't know I didn't know the City Boys were playing it.
Oh yeah.
Huh. Well,
it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, you being around the net, you definitely did well around there because I watched it in junior B. I'm like, God, this fucking guy keeps scoring on us. Anyways, okay. Getting the call to the NHL then. So it's 7 games into your second year pro.
Mm-hmm. On my birthday.
Oh, shut up. On your birthday?
Yeah. On my birthday. Yeah. It was unbelievable. It was yeah, well, I remember
Where are you? I
yeah.
know you know where you are. Where are you when they call you? They call you or you at the rink?
I was at the rink. It was after practice. Mark Morris called me in. He's like, You're going up. You're flying out at, I don't know, whatever it was, 5 p.m. He's like, You're flying out 5 p.m. I flew to San Jose. I think I connected somewhere. Sit in middle seat. Sitting in the middle seat, connected in like Chicago, maybe. Flew to San Jose, got to my room in San Jose at like 11 p.m. Tom Pricing was my roommate. Lights are off, guys trying to go to sleep.
D-Man, Colorado College.
Yep. I try to get in the room. I get in the room. He's like, How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I was obviously very nervous. I never really talked to him during camp. And played against San Jose the next night. Scored in the second period against the Dengi Nabokov.
You scored your first game?
Low blocker. Right down the slot. Assisted by Derek Armstrong and Michael Hanses.
The same guy from
camp that helped me out the whole time my first year.
The guy that was just a good veteran helping you along your way. The same thing you're doing for the young punks now, eh?
Yeah, Army. He's awesome.
Oh, that's a heartwarming story. No, but like it's those people you remember, right? After your career's over, or like for me, those are the people I remember. And like, I'd remember that he'd be the first person I'd call to have to my shed, right?
Well, it's like I told Army that story before, and now every time I'm in the presence of Army, he lets everyone know that he's basically responsible for my career. So,
well, hey, it takes everybody to help people out, but that I think you did it yourself. But it sounds like he's a nice guy.
He's awesome.
So you play in San Jose, you score a goal. So how much ice time you get? You playing on the power play?
I don't believe so. I don't think I played. No power play.
No.
I was like third line, no power play.
Well, that's okay. You play third line and you get a 5-on-5 goal. Okay. So that's pretty hot start. First game, first goal. So how long were you up the first time?
I think I'm trying to think. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how
you've done too much stuff. I'll stop with the hard questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, that season you played 22 games, 9 points. So it's mostly like third line, no power play, probably.
Yeah, I don't think I played any power play that year. I'm trying to think. I don't think so.
I would say with LA, you didn't play any power play.
No.
If you're on the power play, it doesn't matter what league it's in. You're going to score a lot of goals being around the net, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. So I got a couple notes here, though. That year, when you play for the LA Kings, as I guess your second year pro, some of the guys on the LA Kings that played games there, Kopitar, Brown, and Quick, and they're all still there.
Well, I played with Kopi in the rookie tournament. He was a rookie my rookie year.
Really?
I played 2 games on his line in the rookie tournament. He only played 2 games. I played 4 games. I had 4 tap-ins. I ended up I think I led the rookie tournament in scoring. I did not shoot one in the net. My stick didn't come off the ice for 4 goals. I was like, this guy.
He's pretty legit.
I think I called my brother, I think, and I was like, this guy is unbelievable. He's like 18 years old, 220, skates like the wind, skills galore. And
he's a Hall of Famer?
Probably up there.
It's pretty darn close, isn't he?
Yeah.
And yeah, he's good. Dustin Brown, Guelph Star, close to the
It's-
Dominators, right?
Guelph Storm, and he's from Ithaca, where Cornell is.
Jeez.
So I actually met him when I was in college. He actually came to a couple Cornell parties when he was home.
Oh, really? So you already knew
Yeah.
him.
So I knew him a little bit.
And
I've
then
met him
Quickie
before.
was your goalie in the minors, and he's just working his way up too at that point because he's
Yeah.
at school with PJ Fenton, my old line mate, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
All right. Well, so that year you play quite a bit, but yeah, last name drop. Okay, watch your toes. Rob Blake was on that team. That
Oh,
had
yeah.
to have been pretty cool for you to play with Rob Blake because did you not play NHL 94 on Sega?
I called him Mr. Blake. Yeah, he was. It's unbelievable. He was unbelievable.
Yeah. That's cool. You played with him.
Oh yeah. I think I went over to his house for dinner a couple times too. I was still in awe.
Yeah. So he would have been right near the end then at that point.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if did he go to where did he go out? He went somewhere after that. San Jose, maybe.
Oh,
I
right.
don't even remember.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys move around a lot. Yeah, this
Yeah.
North American stuff. Okay, here we go. Year 3, then. You think you got to make it out of camp, right? After the last 2 years in the AHL of just dominating everybody. You got to think you're making the team out of camp or no?
I did. Led the team in scoring in preseason. Played every preseason game. I think I played 9, maybe more. Led the team in preseason scoring. I got off to a tough start. Like I think I had 1 goal in the first 3 or 4 games, no assists. And then I got put on the 4th line and sent down after 7 games, never to be called up again that year. And then went down in the minors, blew out I had like a 2nd-degree MCL sprain out 6 weeks. So it was a tough year.
And no conversation, no nothing about getting sent down after 7 games. Like the organization, it's not like it is now where maybe they chat to each other of like, this is why you're going down and this is what you need to work on. Like, did they even say anything to you?
Well, they changed coaches that year. So we went, my first years we had Mark, the first years I was with LA, they had Mark Crawford, who actually I liked a lot because there's no BS with him. He told you right in your face. And then they brought in Terry Murray. And I mean, it wasn't as direct as Mark Crawford was. And I want that more. I don't like wondering what I'm doing wrong. Just tell me to my face, yell at me, scream at me, what have you.
Let's move on.
So,
Instead of playing
yeah.
games. Let's not play
Yeah.
games. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of like, when you come off and like stare at you and don't say anything, I can't stand that. Just yell, just say something.
Just tell me what should I have done
Yeah.
better?
So I think that was just, and I was like nervous. It was the first time I made a team out of camp, and I was like, okay, I need to like do well. So I don't know. It was just a different thing. And
When did the coach change?
Before that year,
Just at the start of it, and that's when you.
yeah,
Okay, because who the coaches matters, right? And
100%.
yeah. All right. So, anyways, you go down to the AHL, play another year, right? Pissed off, angry. Is it not weird though? I remember when I went to Syracuse, like being in the hotel, like you're trying to go to sleep at night, and you're like, why did they bring me here to play me on the 4th line? Like, why am I here playing on the 4th line? Like, why did they bring me here? And it's like, you start thinking those thoughts and it's like, it's hard. Like they just keep going in your brain. Right. And then you must've been sent down after just dominating the AHL for 3 years straight. And you're like, what do I got to do? Right.
Yeah, I actually went down there. I had a lot of fun. I was playing with Teddy Purcell, and I think it was 8 or 9 games into me being sent down. I think I had maybe 10 points in the first 8 games being sent down. I was having fun. And then I tore my MCL. So I was out a while and then came back. It took me a little bit to kind of come back. And I don't know, it was just a tough year. I was like, it was a crappy year.
Well, okay. Well,
I
so
did
that
I did meet my wife that year though. I made the team out of camp, got sent down, and met my wife the next week.
the next week, so
The
everything
next
works out
week when I
for a
got sent
reason.
down.
Everything
Yeah.
works out for a reason, right?
You'll notice that in my career. It seems to always work out for a reason.
All right. Well, so after that season, then you're in the HL. You've been doing it now for 3 years. You've had 7 games that year and 22 the year before. So how do you end up signing with the Islanders? You're a free agent?
I'm a free agent, unrestricted, because I was 25 and played less than 82 regular season games. So I was unrestricted, signed with the Isles, two-way deal.
How
Went to
old are you
camp-
now? By now, you're about 25 or 6.
25.
Yeah.
I think I'm 20. Yeah, 20.
Because we're the
I
same
think
age. I
25.
can do this math.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can do this math
24,
for us.
25.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I was 25. Yeah, 25, whatever I was. Signed
Don't you yawn
two-way
again.
deal.
Don't you yawn again, or I'll reach over and smack you.
Yeah, signed a two-way deal that year. Just went to camp and ended up making it out of camp.
You signed a 2-way deal with the Islanders. The first,
Yeah.
and either you don't know anybody in that organization. Nobody has been.
Well, I knew John Tavares. He was drafted by them, and I knew him. He's like, oh, I was like, oh, I talked to the Islanders. He's like, you should sign with the Islanders. I was like, yeah. And I signed with I signed with the Islanders.
Yeah. So for a guy to be on a 2-way deal, to show
Mhm.
up at camp and score 30 goals, it's not normal, eh?
I got very lucky in camp. So in camp, we're in camp. Camp that year was in Saskatchewan. I think it was Regina. Was it Regina? I think it was Regina or Saskatoon. I think it was Regina. So it was in Regina. We go there. Dougie Waite, he's a left winger, pulls his groin. John Bergenheim, left winger, pulls his groin. So we're like out of left wingers. I'm on the left wing. I was playing fourth line the first game I played. First 2 games I played fourth line. And then halfway through the second game, Kyle Oposo got hit by Dion Phaneuf really badly, and there's a bench clear. There's like some guys jumped off the bench for a brawl. We had guys kicked out of the game. They put me on the power play, scored 2 goals on the power play that game in the Saddle Dome in Calgary. From every game on after that, I played every game on Tavares' line and on the power play, scored every single game, made the team on the camp. There's no left wingers left to play. They're all out with
And you
groin
got
injuries.
your opportunity and you nailed it.
So I started this season with the Poso and Tavares, and we were.
How'd you know
hot.
Tavares then? Because he's younger than us, right?
So he played lacrosse and hockey with my brother growing up, and I've probably known Johnny since he was like 13. So
Lacrosse.
he's from Mississauga, Oakville area.
Right. Yeah. Because his uncle or someone was a lacrosse player. So yeah, the family's lacrosse players. So you guys meet each other. Okay.
Yeah, we knew each other for a while. We worked out together as well.
Working out. Okay. Yeah. So that's crazy. So then you play with him all year. So is he a half wall guy back then? And you're around the net?
Yeah. He was the half wall guy.
He's not the middle of the slot guy back then. He's
yeah. So here's the thing. I never played in front of the net on the power play my entire life. Ever to this point. And then they're like,
what pardon? Oh, you mean in pro? You mean in pro? Junior.
Never played in front of it. No, junior B.
You were always around the net. You were
junior B.
You were not dusting it off in the half wall. Are you crazy? You were by the net. You
I
were
was by
not
the
on the
net.
half
I
wall.
was by the net.
It had to have been
5-on-5.
Jim Mazurka on that.
Jim Mazurka. Yeah, right. Uh, I played half wall. I played half wall at Cornell, and then I got to even in Manchester. I played the middle guy, and then I got to the Islanders. They're like, "Oh, we need someone to play the front of the net. You want to play the front of the net?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. I don't care.
You're
It's on the power
making
play."
shit up. You just never watched
No,
yourself play in junior B.
I'm always around the net, just not on the power play. I'd stay on the outside. That was the first time I played in front of the net. Never left.
Because you started with the Dominators at junior B.
They didn't have anyone to play the half wall. Or didn't have anyone to play the half wall.
No, you were playing all the
to-
positions. Shit. Okay, so yeah, but anyways, I always remembered you around the net in junior B, like not maybe the net front guy, but like the goal line guy taking it to the net. You're always around the net scoring goals, and it always bothered me.
No, goal line guy was Jason Gilmore. I think that was his name. Jason Gilmore.
Well, anyways, you scored 30 goals in the NHL. The first year with the Islanders, and before that, the most games you'd played in a season was 22.
Yeah, it was a little it's a nice outbreak.
Really happened quick, eh?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. So how many year deal was this? A 1-year deal or 2?
Yeah, that was a 1-year. That was a 1-year 2-way deal. I ended up going to arbitration that year.
Oh, isn't that
That
when you guys
summer.
say mean things to each other to try and get more money?
Well, the player, my agency just said everything that I did. It wasn't, it was just,
Yeah.
and then the team kind of says bad things about you, but they didn't really say
Right.
any bad. They didn't really say anything bad about me. And then,
Oh, that's good.
yeah, I was actually in the arbitration in the room, and we were ready to start. And Garth Snow and Charles Wong were outside, and they're like, "Oh, come out here." And they pulled me and my agent out, and we got a deal done in the hallway of the arbitration in Toronto.
I find it would be really weird, right? Like to play hockey for people that were like just in a room saying like, this is why we shouldn't sign him for this much money. But like, it's nice you guys did the deal out there, right?
Yeah, it was. It was nice. It was a 1-year deal, and then later on in the year, I ended up signing a 3-year deal.
Gotcha. And that would have been a good day.
Yeah, that was my first 1-way contract signed that day, so it was awesome. And I was getting married that summer.
Jeepers. Love stories in the shed, eh?
But
But you played with Doug Waite. I don't want to jump past that because that guy could saucer pass. He could play.
Oh my God. Yeah. So Johnny Tavares.
Is it not weird playing with guys like that when you grow up like idolizing them and then you're like on their team?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's the coolest thing ever. Like I remember watching Doug Waite and Rock'em Sock'em score that breakaway goal, backhand, forehand. And then Johnny Tavares and I lived in Doug Waite's guest house my first year with the Islanders. It was so we'd go eat at Dougie's, have drinks with Dougie. We'd talk to Dougie, ask him a million questions.
And then go play video games or something.
Yeah. Then I'd go kick JT's ass in Madden.
Oh God.
No, Dougie Waite.
It's the circle of life though, isn't it? Because you're doing that for all those young punks like Ethan Frank now, right?
Yeah.
Right. It is.
Absolutely.
You know it is. They're all like, holy
that's why I say
this is Matt Moulson, the guy who used to bury 30 goals a year.
If Dougie Waite never did that for me and guys like Rob Blake weren't so nice, then you would never do it for other people. So it makes you want to do it because how good they were to me. So
well, that's nice, right? Because it's better than people saying like these guys were all assholes and whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you and Tavares then 3 years straight, this bromance goes on the ice.
Yeah.
Off the ice. Like, so you live with Dougie Waite the first year, then you go spread your wings as big boys or what?
Um, second year we do just my wife and I. Then my wife and I lived just us together. Yeah.
Right. You weren't with JT playing video games anymore. No more
No,
Madden.
no, yeah, no, Madden was out the window.
When was your last game of Madden?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
me
haven't played
neither.
that
It's got to be at least a couple decades for me, I'd say. No, that's too much. 15 years, maybe. I don't know when I would have played Madden last, but okay. Sorry, getting sidetracked. So you knew Tavares, and then you guys are just running amok of the NHL. That would have been pretty fun, eh?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had those Islander teams were, I'd say that they're the closest teams I ever played on in terms of the guys. I mean, Bailey, Andy McDonald, Franz Nielsen, Grabner. We're like Matty Martin, Zizekas. We're all like very super close. Como. We're a super close bunch. We're all close. Our wives and girlfriends are all close. We just do everything together. On the road, we do everything together. At home, do everything
And
together.
those teams are way more fun to play for, win for. Yeah.
I forgot to mention Oposo. Yeah, Oposo.
Who is the
JT,
other guy playing with you then? With you and JT? Is it a Pozo?
We kind of switched around a bit. Poso, like we kind of mix matched a little bit. Poso played with him, Grabner and Franz Nielsen one year were unbelievable. So we kind of rotated. We had like Oposo, P.A. Parento was unbelievable with us. We played Brad Boyce the one year. There's a bunch of guys.
Well, small world here is when I was done hockey, and I had nothing going on. I took my kid to an Islanders game, and I saw Tom Kuhnhackl was playing for the Islanders, right? And I got down there with the boys, and I got pictures with Zizekas, Matt Martin, Bailey. He played for Bietigheim. He was in Germany during the lockout. Yeah, but no, it was that's why we became Islanders fans, is because we got down there, and it was Tom Kuhnhackl that set it all up when he was playing for the Islanders.
Yeah, the team they're still tight. I mean, I still talk to Clutterbuck, and
they got a good core, right? They got a good group of
core.
Dudes there, that Matt Martin and Zizekas. Like, for them to not know us and coming down and be so nice to Colby, my son, and take pictures with him, like, those are the type of dudes you need, right?
Oh yeah, those guys they're great guys.
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So you do that for 3 years. You guys just dominate, eh? Whatever. So then it's the lockout, right? After 3 years of it. So where's your contract at with the lockout?
I think I was going into my final year, that lockout year.
Because so during that lockout, I had one of your teammates on my team.
No, not. I think I was going into my second year. Sorry.
Okay.
Who was on your team?
Bruno Gervais.
Bruno Gervais, great guy. Yeah.
Oh, unreal. Yeah. He got in a fight. He showed up for a second. So he showed up in the second league of Germany during the lockout to play before the lockout settled around Christmas or whatever. I got blown up around center, suicide pass, whatever. My fault. Should have just let her go. But I get blown up, and he goes and fights the guy. I'm like, what are you doing? You play for the New York Islanders. Don't fight for me. But he's that type of teammate, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he was a great guy. Did he do any pranks there? He's the ultimate prankster. Always doing stuff.
He wasn't there that long. It was him and Jonathan Bernier. They just swung in for a bit. Yeah.
I played with Bernier in Manchester.
Yeah. So no, that was who we had. But anyway, so you lockout, you didn't play after those 3 years then?
No, I had I think I was going into my second year of my contract. I had my daughter in August.
Oh, so you're just at home with the family and just.
Yeah, I was like, if it went on any longer, I was thinking of going over, but at that point I was just like, I'm just gonna stay with my family, my first kid, so I kind of just stayed with my family.
I gotcha. Another guy that came to Germany during that lockout was Rick DiPietro. Played for Garmisch. Yeah.
DP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so then that season you do it again. You and Tavares again, 4th year in a row.
Yeah, that was the 4th one. Yeah.
Right. You guys, you dominate again, but it's only half a season.
Yeah.
So then the next year is when I get curious. So is it the last year of a contract? Because you play for the New York Islanders and you're doing the same thing you've always done for them. You got about a point a game, 11 games played, 9 points. Then you play for Buffalo and Minnesota, but you play in the playoffs for Minnesota. I don't even remember that. I don't know where I was.
Yeah. I got traded in, I don't know when it was, November, maybe October, November too. Buffalo. Gar Snow called me. All the guys were at my house watching football, having some pops, and Gar Snow called me. It was like 8 p.m. Everyone had just left, and I knew I got traded. I was like, my wife Alessia, I was like, Alessia, Gar Snow is calling me. Definitely got traded, and did not expect this at all. I was like, hello. He's like,
you've had 4 great years with them. You're exactly.
I wanted to sign with them for the rest of my career, and they never. Garstone never called my agent one time. Never talked to my agent. Never asked me nothing. So obviously they wanted to get rid of me. What pissed me off is they traded me, and then he told the media that I wanted too much money, but he never talked to me or my agent one time. So just be honest. As I told you before, just be upfront, be honest. Don't
just be real.
Don't just be like, listen, it's a business thing. We wanted to get rid of him.
Because then 10 years later, when you're talking to the shed, this shit doesn't come out.
Yeah, exactly. So I got so pissed off when I went back to the island. I never went back to the island with Buffalo. So I got traded to Buffalo. Garstow called me, traded me to Buffalo. And I asked, he's like, we just traded you. I was like, where? He's like, Buffalo. I hung up the phone. They're in last place. They're terrible. I hung up the phone. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So then.
And this is when you're on the tightest team of your career, your best buddies you're talking about. And you guys are having fun. You're first line in the NHL and you're doing well. And you're 10 games into a season, you're getting traded.
Yeah, I was living, and this was like my best living situation ever on the island. I was living right beside Kyle Oposto. I rented this house beside him.
And you got a 1-year-old. He's got kids. You're just living.
I guess his kid wasn't born yet. So he had no kids yet, but they were living beside him. It was like perfect. And they got traded to Buffalo. And then I knew, like, Pat LaFontaine, that's when he was there. He's like, if we traded you at the trade deadline, would you think about coming back? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So he was very honest and upfront with me. Like, listen, this is what's going to happen. I was like, yeah, why wouldn't you? I mean, my deal's up. I'll come back. Let's do this. So I got traded to Minnesota at the trade deadline, played with them, and then signed a 5-year deal with Buffalo in the summer.
So the research team has lots of questions, but so you signed with Buffalo because they were honest and upfront with you?
I just loved it there. I loved living in Buffalo. I liked.
You loved living in Buffalo?
I loved it. Yeah, it was.
Close to Toronto, or because your friends could come, or why?
No, we lived on the outskirts, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes from the rink in East Amherst, and it was just a great place to raise a family. I don't know, it was very friendly neighbors. I think Buffalo is known for like friendly neighbors. That's what they're known for. It was,
is that what they're known for?
Yeah, that and snow. It was a really fun place to live, and my wife loved it. We all loved it. It was awesome.
Okay, well, sorry. So I don't know. I've never lived in Buffalo. Anyways, there
you go.
Okay, so you go to Minnesota though. That was for the playoff drive. Is that what goes on there? So that was all right then. Whatever.
Yeah.
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 So then you signed the 5-year deal in Buffalo. Another life-changing moment then, right? Like when you sign those deals, those are game changers, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So who's the coach when you're there, when you get in there?
Teddy Nolan.
Oh
So
yeah.
when I got traded there the first time was Ron Rolston, then he got fired and Teddy Nolan came in. So I absolutely adored Teddy Nolan. So that was a big reason why I wanted to go back there as well.
I used to
I loved playing under Teddy.
Well, Ted Nolan, small world, was when I was, I guess, playing for the Guelph AAA team. His kid was playing for Niagara, right? AAA, and he got fired.
Not Jordan. It was what's his older brother's name? Brandon. You're right.
Yeah, so he wanted to coach the team, but didn't have the OMHA qualifications. He had just been the coach of the year of the NHL, but he was not allowed to coach the OMHA.
It was funny.
Yeah, but he'd be sitting up in the crowd watching the Sun play, and we were like, oh, that guy just was the coach of the year in the NHL. Yeah. So you like playing for him, eh?
Teddy Nolan, I would say, behind the bench during the game, had the best feel for his team, best like bench coach during a game that I've had in my entire career.
Just how he ran the lines, or talked to people, or what?
Both. How he ran the lines, how he talked to people, how he tried to motivate. He was just, I thought he was the best in-game coach I've ever seen in my life.
That's cool to hear. Yeah, seemed like a good family from what I saw in my small time seeing them in minor hockey. But anyways, okay. So he was there, what, the first year?
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, he must have been there. Yeah, first year, maybe just 1 year.
Okay, so your second year in Buffalo. Okay,
yeah,
you got Eichel, Ryan O'Reilly, Evander Kane, and Robin Leonard in that.
Yeah,
that's a pretty solid core they've put together in Buffalo with you. No,
I think if we had Teddy Nolan that year, it would have been pretty decent.
Right.
They fired Teddy before the year.
Should I ask who was the coach next, or no?
You can if you'd like.
It doesn't matter. But those guys on that team, like Ryan O'Reilly getting traded. Okay. So I'm living here in Kincardine. He's from just down the road. And when I moved here to train for the Cardiff Devils, I'm like, okay, I got to find some ice. I ended up skating with Ryan O'Reilly. I had never seen people on their own be professionals like he was, where like there was no coaches telling him what to do. There was nobody else telling him what to do. When we went on the ice, he made everybody try as hard as him. And then when they were done on the ice, they were going to go do more shit. And I was like, I'm going to go home and see my kids now, but keep on keeping on.
Yeah. Yeah, he would he scored a nice goal in this game. I'm watching right now, the St. Louis Colorado game early on. But he would, I mean, our practices weren't exactly skill based. So he'd basically run practice after practice for like 45 minutes. He'd be out there 45 minutes to an hour. Him, and when his brother Cal was called up, they would just do skill stuff, and I would do it with Ryan he'd do it for 40 minutes after every practice. He would just do drill after drill after drill after drill.
Right. Because when a guy is working that hard and that into it, it's hard to not be doing those things. And when I went out with them, it was contagious for me. I mean, I couldn't imagine. Yeah. And then like that guy takes over teams, and then they traded him after that year. Who was the coach?
Bausma.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah, I don't know where he is now. I don't know anything about him, but Anyways, O'Reilly's, the brothers, when I showed up for a couple skates, Goderich, Ontario, like it was serious shit. And it was like
Yeah,
middle of
those guys
July,
don't
end
screw
of
'em.
July. And I was like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like I just came to fuck around and it was serious shit.
Yeah, those guys are always getting better.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, but like they got good drills, eh?
Oh yeah, they got the best drills. I don't know how those guys think of them.
Okay. So what else do I got? So what's your all the places you go, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Favorite road trip or restaurant on the road?
Oof. Um, well, favorite restaurant is gonna be Nobu in Dallas because it's
No
in the hotel.
boo? No boot.
No, Nobu,
Boo?
Nob,
BOO.
Nobu, Nobu, Nobu.
Okay.
Have you not heard of Nobu? No,
I've
sushi
never
place.
been to Dallas. You kidding me?
No, Nobu's across North America.
Really?
There's
I
even
should get
there's
out.
one
I
in the
should get out of
Bahamas.
my shed more.
Yeah, you get out of the shed more. Nobu is in Dallas because it's in the hotel you stay in. Nobu is one of the best restaurants, and it's in the hotel makes it even better. So that's a great place. I love playing in Toronto. Is my favorite place to play. Toronto, Montreal.
Yeah, because your friends come and you're at home, and yeah, for sure. And
And
it's hockey night in Canada.
Yeah, my family's from Montreal too, so I have a lot of family in Montreal.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. How about the HL?
HL. Trying to think best place to play.
You don't have to worry about best place to play. I'm more worried about the food. You don't care about food either, do
Food.
you?
Food.
I'm just whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Okay, so
Think of that.
end of the Buffalo thing here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you sign a good deal, you're doing your job, coaches change, right? GMs change.
Yeah.
GMs changing changes everything, right? Because they weren't the
Yeah.
ones that sign you and all that, right?
Yeah.
So what happens? Because you seem to be doing your job and doing what's asked of you, and then 2017-18. Do you get, is that when the new GM and new coach comes in?
Yeah.
Really?
What was it? Yeah.
So that's just when like all of a sudden your career changes like that. You probably didn't get the ice time you used to get. You're probably playing a completely different role, and they're like, it's time to get the kids involved. And then all of a sudden you can't do what you've been doing for all these years, but you still could do it. Right?
Yeah. I don't want to. The year before I was leading the NHL in playoff goals or power play goals, and got taken off the power play. So I don't know, figure that one out. But yeah, it was just a change of regime there, and whatever. They told me kind of what was going on, so I didn't really. They wanted to send me down and put me on waivers. They didn't want me to go to Rochester. So I kind of ended up talking to, I obviously still had connections from LA, talked to them, and ended up going to Ontario.
Why didn't you go to Rochester?
They didn't want me to. I don't know.
They thought, so they thought that you going down there would have a bad effect on the guys down there, but then a different organization brings you in to train their young punks.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I don't know. I guess. Yeah.
This is when Botterill takes over.
Yeah, this is when Botterill took over, and he didn't want me to go to Rochester. So what have you? That's their decision. So I ended up having to find my own team. I was like calling around. I was like,
I want
calling
to
them.
play
I
hockey.
was like, can
And
I play? Basically, I was gonna have to just sit out. So I was like, can I play for you? And they're like, yeah, we'd love you on our team.
so this is back
So
to like junior
I
hockey
called.
when you're
I
when
called.
you're emailing teams and asking.
I called Mike Futa because I was like, will you take me, Futes? Like, because I knew he had a lot of input on like the AHL team. I was like, can you take me on the AHL team? He's like, yeah, absolutely. So I ended up going there, and honestly, it was the most fun I had playing hockey in 4 or 5 years. It was an absolute blast.
The Ontario Reign, is that with?
The Ontario Reign under Mike Stuthers, one of my favorite coaches to date.
Well, and then you had the love of hockey back because it would have been tough when they were putting you through all that shit. Because it looks like you're doing everything normal, and then all of a sudden, like they just don't play anymore, and then they're making an excuse. Like, okay, right?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, if you ask my wife, she'd tell you those are some of the darkest days of
Yeah, right.
anytime she's known me. So
I understand.
it was tough to go through. And then I mean, I remember when I got sent to Ontario, people were calling me like I just died. I was like, listen, yeah, I'm going down there. I was having a blast playing. I love the team, love the guys, love the coach. I wasn't paying escrow. I was having a great time.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, that's a good attitude to have though. And that's what's carried you on through hockey, right? Because it's the same as the dudes that played in the NHL that come to Europe. There's dudes that want to come over and like make a career of it, keep playing, do better, help kids over there. And there's some guys that want to come over and be like, I played in the NHL. I don't need to help the kids. I don't need to help anybody, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun over the last 5, 6 years of my 5 years, I guess. So the time I've been playing in the AHL for the last 5 years is an absolute blast.
Well, that's awesome, dude. Anyways, it's interesting though. Have you still standing around the net on the power play, or are you on the half wall again, like you think you were?
Definitely not on the half wall.
You never were.
Go check my Cornell highlights. I was on the half wall, but no,
Ryan
in front of
Vesey
it.
was. You were by the net.
Shane Hines was in front of the net. Sam Paolini and Shane Hines was in that front, guys.
What about when Ryan Vesey was on the team? Where were you then?
I didn't play in the first power play. In the second year, I was on the half wall. He was in the middle. I think he was in the middle.
Okay, well, we're gonna keep arguing about this. That I always would have put you by the net because I saw it. I saw it when that game in the Guelph Dominators when you scored 5-6 points against us, and the coach is like, he's gonna be such a great pro, and I was so jealous and pissed off, and I was like, why? What do I got to do? But then I saw you around the net and the way you worked it, and I'm like, I can't do that shit. You know?
I don't think I ever scored 5 or 6 points against Elmira, but I'll take it.
Oh, probably right. We were awesome. Okay. So what else do we got? Do we got anything? Let's see. 2 years with Ontario Reign, nothing. I don't think I got anything. Do you? Where's Ontario? That's California, right?
Yeah, it's like an hour from Manhattan Beach. Great place. Really nice. A lot of fans. It was great to play there. Really good to play there.
Yeah. And so then Buffalo's paying the paychecks and you're playing for Ontario and
having a time. Yeah.
Having fun. And the family's there. All's good.
Yeah, all's good. They went to, and obviously we actually lived, I commuted. So I drove an hour a day every morning, and the kids went to school with their cousins, the Quicks.
Really?
So they went to school with their cousins every day. So that was a lot of fun for them.
Oh, the Quicks that are in LA and you're in Ontario and that's not far away. Right.
Yeah. So that was awesome. That was a lot of fun.
I've always wondered about that guy when he slides and his legs are like out there and he like, it looks like I could get so injured just looking at him play goalie. Like he's the most flexible goalie around, right?
He's up there. Yeah, He's unbelievable doing that stuff.
It's got to be up there for my favorite goalies ever to watch because like
Yeah,
he's a gamer and
he just competes. I don't even think he's that flexible. He's flexible, but he just forces himself to be because he's not letting you score on him.
right, because he just cares too much, right? He'll twist that body around to get there.
Oh yeah, he'll pull something to make us save. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's a gamer. Like it. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool though. So you were in school together. So then you go to Hershey. So the only thing I got about Hershey is my uncle lives there. The whole family, my first cousins. I've been to Hershey, shot some guns there.
Nice.
Done the whole
thing. They love their guns. They love their guns in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they didn't give me any ear protection. I took a couple shots. It hurt my ears, and I'm like, I'm done. Yeah.
No, I loved her. I loved Hershey. I mean, the organization, unbelievable. It sucked because my first year I played there was probably one of the best teams I ever played on in my entire life, and we got shut down from COVID. And then last year, we won the Kilpatrick Trophy for first place in the entire regular season, no playoffs. So that's out the window. And then this year, I think when I got injured, we were like 1 or 2 points out of first place. And we had 3 other guys with season-ending injuries, 4 other guys. And we ended up getting knocked out. So he's just not destined to be. I went to Hershey to win a championship and just wasn't in the cards.
Well, I guess you haven't decided if you're done or not yet, though.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I don't know, man. Like Hershey signing you for those 3 years after the Buffalo time, like it's because of the person you are and like what you're doing for those kids. And I know you wanted to win one with them, and yeah, winning is fun. I get that. Like you want to do it. I tried to do it here voluntarily playing senior A because I wanted to win one last time, right? Like you want to do it, So, yeah. But dude, like seriously, I don't know. You got anything else for me? I'm looking at my notes here. So.
Pretty much covered it all.
That's what the plan is, But seriously, thank you for making the time and writing back to me and not big timing me,
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
No, seriously. And this has been another episode of 2 Ales and Hockey Tales with Moulson and Wally.